From winning all-star three-point contest to record-breaking performances, it was only a matter of time before the NBA raised suspicion over what Dame's been doing night in and night out. And he was actually PED tested after scoring his career best 71 against the Houston Rockets. I'm kidding, of course. There was no suspicion from the NBA about anything that Lillard does. There's suspicion from the fans, yes. But it's mostly just awe at how Lillard can sometimes produce alien performances. His individual quality, though, more or less warrants such performances, and it was hardly that much of a surprise, if I'm being honest. Don't believe me? Think about the 71 that Donovan Mitchell dropped earlier this season. Fantastic performance, and a similar number of points, but Twitter absolutely exploded. This time around, not so much. It's just the kind of thing you expect from Damian, and that's why the NBA world definitely acknowledged the performance, as they should. It's a record-breaking performance in many ways, and I'll talk about that later. But unfortunately, the story that made the headlines was what happened right after the historic performance rather than the record-breaking night itself. Most people are pleased when they score 30-odd, only for Damian to more than double it, and still feel bummed out. That's because Dame time ended up being draw blood time, as Lillard was taken for a PED test after his performance. It was definitely weird on first look, but it remains a standard procedure at the highest level of sports, and the NBA's rules and regulations definitely justify a random PED testing protocol, to which all players are subjected. But Dame definitely didn't appreciate it. Lillard was displeased when they asked him for the blood draw, and he revealed that he asked them, "Are y'all serious?" He explained how he'd already undergone the urine test the day before, and then they backed it up with the blood draw too. Understandably, that's a bit unfair, and it's even more surprising as Lillard pointed out how this was the first time in his career that he was tested after a game. The 32-year-old also said that he's scared of needles, and that's why it wasn't exactly a fun experience. Not that any kind of PED test ever is, but it kind of put a damper on his fantastic night. You can't really enjoy a night when you've had a blood test that reduced Dame's energy levels massively. Yeah, anyone who's given blood knows what that's like, and to experience that after what's been your best statistical performance, at least, is unfair, for sure. But we're not here to talk only about his blood test, which hasn't led to any concerns, at least up until now. So I'm going to assume it's safe to continue talking about Damian's insane performance, which, by the way, was absolutely absurd. Lillard tied Donovan Mitchell, Elgin Baylor, and David Robinson for the 8th most points ever scored in an NBA game. But he also became the only player ever to get that many without playing 40 minutes or more. That, my friends, is genuinely impressive. Talk about being effective. The Portland star blazed the way for his side against the Rockets, helping his team to a 131-114 win, and in the meantime became the only player to achieve 70 points or more with 10 or more made three-pointers. In fact, he only missed out on the all-time record for most three-pointers made in a game by 1. And that's a record that stays with Warriors star Klay Thompson for now. It was something of a streaky run for Lillard, who just exploded against a hapless Rockets side that had no answers to Dame's demolition. He scored 22 of his 38 total shots, while scoring from all of his 14 free throw attempts, and added 6 assists to the tally as well. To be very honest, I don't know why he decided to pass at all. No, it's not a dig at Lillard. He should have gone for the record. It's not like he had a sudden big second half. The man had 41 points by halftime. I think he should have played well over 40 minutes and should have shot every opportunity he got. 100's impossible, but at least try to break Kobe's record, you know? And he's been in sensational form, which is why I wasn't too surprised when he made those 13 three-pointers. After all, Dame recently won the All-Star three-point contest, and he did it with relative ease as well. He tied the record for the most three-pointers made in a game, and he easily could have broken the record too if he'd played more minutes on the night. I'm I'm not a betting man, but if Dame plays over 35 minutes in his next outing for the Blazers, I think he's getting another 40 at the very minimum. In that kind of form, it's hard to bet against someone like Lillard because there's practically no stopping him. How do you stop someone who can score from the half court? How do you stop someone who will definitely be able to get a shot away no matter how hard you make it? It's crazy, honestly, and he makes it look so easy. It's even better to see Lillard putting in such performances and breaking records when he's been criticized. And recently, he's been catching some criticism as he's gone his entire career not winning a chip. But when you can do what Dame does every night, you know that a failure to win the NBA hasn't been because of his ability. It's just Portland's inability to get him a proper supporting cast over all these years. At the same time though, real recognizes real, as the NBA world came alive to celebrate Lillard's amazing night, with Donovan Mitchell's tweet taking the cake. The Cavs star tweeted how his mother called him, saying that Damian Lillard had tied his record, and also asked him to score 72 now to break the record. Yeah, mothers and their unrealistic goals, but love Spida for tweeting it and keeping it real. If only it was that easy. King James was also on hand to give Lillard his flowers, and a subtle wristwatch emoji was enough to show his appreciation for Dame time. Kevin Durant, the Phoenix Suns superstar, tweeted, "Dame so great," and it pretty much sums up the efficient performance as well. But another hilarious tweet that caught my eye was the quote tweet from Jason Tatum. But for that, you need to know the original tweet from Evan Turner. Turner, a former teammate of Lillard, tweeted that he hoops like Dame for real. Tatum wasn't having any of it, and quoted that tweet by saying, "I act like Denzel for real." Nah, Yusuf Nurkic's hashtag of greatness was another great compliment for Lillard, while young star Trenton Watford couldn't believe what Damian had done and tweeted, "71 of them thanks." And even the man of the moment was impressed with his stunning performance, as Damian Lillard modestly elaborated on how he enjoys such moments. Yeah, that's the absurd part. It's the third time he scored 60 points or more. So, yes, when he says that he enjoys such moments, he's not exaggerating. This man has done it before, and there's a great chance that he'll do it a couple more times too. Lillard added that he enjoys moments when he's just going after people, and he is in attack mode. But he also pointed out that while it feels great at the moment, it doesn't feel that great after the match. In fact, Dame believes that he struggles to react in a proper way, as he didn't know if he was supposed to feel overly excited. Yes, Dame, you are supposed to feel excited, but maybe the PED test just killed the mood. That's all I had on Damian Lillard's historic 71-point performance and the PED test to kill the mood.